All right, I'm David Scott. The Seattle Seahawks are your Super Bowl champions, and it's mostly thanks to their defense. The defense was overwhelming against Drake Maye and the Patriots. We're going to talk about what they did so well. Usually this is an offensive show, but special circumstances for the Super Bowl. So let's start by drawing up our first play. This is at the very end of the third quarter, and it's the start of a bunch of errors for Drake Maye. Now, it's a fairly standard offensive formation, all right? 5 at the front, Drake Maye in the shotgun. He's got Ramondre Stevenson around him, and 2 guys split out on both sides of the ball. Nothing crazy here. But what's going to happen with the defense, which is a little bit confusing for the offense, is that they're going to bring a fairly standard rush, all right? Let's look at 4 guys on the line, manned up on both sides. A linebacker up here and 2 safeties, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's our defense. Now, what has the Seahawks been doing that's been confusing the Patriots' offensive line, which is already a fairly weak unit? They've been deceiving them by bringing pressure from the secondary, guys who look like they're covering a wide receiver or a tight end coming in to bring pressure. So if we look here, what's kind of happening is movement around the right side of the line. Now, the left side over here, where rookie Will Campbell and a rookie guard are playing, is usually the weakness of this Patriots offensive line. In this play, the Seahawks are going to attack from the right side. Now, what's going to happen is we're coming in from the secondary here. We're showing that we're covering our man, but we're coming in from the secondary. This guy's going to come around the line, and this guy's going to come in and cover the man. Now, this pressure here from the outside is going to wreak some havoc here, which is going to allow our inside man to get around, all right? Derek Hall is going to get around. And then this guy is going to be able to come back through onto the inside and get to Drake Maye. This is going to cause Maye to get a little loose with the ball. He's going to fumble it. Byron Murphy's going to pick it up and is going to get the recovery. So this is the first of a huge turning point in the game. The Seahawks are going to get the ball. They're going to be able to score a field goal off of this. This is a massive turning point. This is just one of the first of a couple errors from Drake Maye. He's going to have an interception after this. And then we're going to head into the fourth quarter where it's really the game-sealing turnover. So let's get this out of here. Now forgive me while I pick up my notes because I can't get this all in my memory. Fairly similar to what we're looking at from the offensive formation, though. So, as we did before, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys on the line. Drake Maye's in the shotgun again, except he's got Ramondre Stevenson on his right side. 2 men out to the left, 2 men out to the right side of the play. Now, this time, instead of a 4-man rush for the Seahawks, we're bringing multiple guys, but we're not exactly showing that, all right? Man coverage. 1, 2, 3 guys on the line. We got our linebacker up here, and our 2 guys in the secondary. Let me count that real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, that's our full defense. Now, what do we do differently here based on what we did on that last play? Now, that last play, we're bringing 4 guys, a little bit of a stunt from the secondary. We're going to utilize that secondary again. So, Devon Witherspoon, spectacular corner. He's going to make a lot of money this offseason. He's coming steaming in from his point here. All right, we're coming in from the outside. We're bringing this linebacker in as well. Now, that leaves an opening in this coverage. What's going to happen? This guy, you'd expect him to come barreling down. We're bringing all-out pressure, right? Not in this situation. He is going to wrap around, get into coverage, all right? We're barreling in from the right side again. That left side gave up a lot of sacks, but the right side is what's being exploited here again. So getting all this pressure in, that's going to allow Devon Witherspoon to get in there, get the strip sack, interception thing, whatever it was. The ball was up in the air, never hit the ground, and then Nwuso's going to finish it off, get that into the end zone. That's the game-sealing play. The Patriots are going to score again after this, but this was just the subject of the entire game. How can we get pressure throughout the defense? Let's just look at other things that they were doing throughout the night. The Seahawks, one of their strengths as one of the best defensive units in the league, again, manned up. Let's just say it's 4 guys here. 2 in the secondary. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll throw a linebacker in here. They've been really, really good at, while they're not getting a ton of pressure on the offensive line, still finding a way through. This happened in the Texan game, if you remember. Drake Maye was sacked, 5 times? He fumbled the ball 4 times or 3 times. He was sacked 7 times in this game. That's a Super Bowl record, at least tied for one. We're getting guys coming in from the secondary. We're bringing the linebackers down. We're bringing our safeties down. not letting our front line do all the work. We got a really strong front line. We got guys like Dexter Lawrence in there who might be retiring after getting a Super Bowl ring. It's a ton of confusion for a relatively young, relatively inexperienced, and relatively weak offensive line. Drake Maye is second in the MVP. He's a great quarterback. He's going to have a great career in this league. It's just a little bit too much for him to handle. You could go back in our previous episodes. We've talked about it. We've said that this team is close. It's not quite there to being a Super Bowl winning team. And it all starts in this offensive line. If they can wrap up that offensive line, Will Campbell can take a step forward. They can get in some veterans in free agency, maybe dip back into the draft this year. They're not going to have the best pick possible. But there's a way that they can take this team and meld it into a Super Bowl contender. Obviously, they are contenders. They're here. They're going to be back in the future. What do we need? We need a strong offensive line. We need a little bit more help from our wide receivers. And then you got a really good team here. You got a great coaching staff. You got a lot of good players on this team. They just barely missed out. That offensive line is what's going to haunt them. But Drake Maye is going to be having dreams of the Seahawks defense, and they're going to be nightmares. So that's what happened in this game. It's a lot to break down in a short period of time, but the Seahawks defense was truly dominant. They deserved this win, and they're going to be celebrating on the streets of Seattle.